My name is Hudson Mueller, and this is Maintain. Pay the bill, pay the rent, all the money that you had is spent. Got to gather up your last red cent, just trying to stay in the game. Pay your dues, trying to make it. Got a chance, so you might as well take it. Got a feeling and you just can't shake it. Baby, come with me, Lord, you got to maintain, you got to maintain. Keep on trucking, but the fact remains that you're bathing water in the pouring rain. Oh Lord, you got to maintain. Comb your hair, tuck your shirt in. Some days you can't get a single word in. One thing you better know for certain, boy, you got to maintain. You got to take time to get it right. Speak the truth and you walk in the light. Someday soon you're gonna win the fight. And then, friend, you got to maintain. You got to maintain. You got to maintain. Keep on trucking, but the fact remains that you're bathing water in the pouring rain. Oh Lord, you got to maintain. Keep the faith, keep believing. Dream is living just as long as you're breathing. It's just a feeling that you can't explain. Ooh Lord, you got to laid back Saturday, laughing all of our troubles away. Got to wake up tomorrow, it'll be okay. Till then, friend, you got to maintain. You got to maintain. You got to maintain. Keep on trucking, but the fact remains that you're bathing water in the pouring rain. Lord, you got to maintain. Yes, Lord, you got to maintain. God Almighty, know you got to maintain.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Clegg. Welcome to the ATX Music Talent Artist Showcase of Hudson Mueller. Hudson Mueller is a Austin born and raised, now currently located in Houston. He's an Americana songwriter. His accolades include 2 Austin Music Awards, 2007, 2009 with his band The Hudsons for Best Folk. And then recently in 2025, this year, Kerrville's New Folk finalist. I had the pleasure of seeing Hudson headline at SWARFA, Southwest Folk Alliance.
Regional Folk Alliance.
It takes place at a Holiday Inn here in Austin. I know I talked about it on my last episode with Matthew Payne. One of the coolest things I've ever done musically, so intimate. We'll talk about that more, but Hudson was a headliner there. And when I was watching him, I was just like, man, obviously I have this show. I was like, this guy would be perfect for this. Hopefully I get a chance to talk to this man. And I did.
And here we are.
And I had a chance to sit in hotel rooms with you, and we'll explain that later. It sounds a little weird, but I was able to sit in rooms next to you and hear you do your music, and you have a very soulful, authentic, raw storytelling. Totally, the Texas grit, unquestionable Texas grit, and your storytelling seems like it comes from Austin-based roots. And then now you got that bluesy grit of Houston. And I've been listening to your album, your latest solo album, Welcome to Earth, came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
And it's very sonically, I'm an alternative rock rap guy.
Okay.
Love folk, love Oasis. And, I know that your genre is Americana, but you're really like, I feel like your sound is your own. It feels like you have a lot of influences.
Mm-hmm.
You have like fat beats, fat bass. I just thought it was, and again, I don't know a lot about the Americana genre, but it just seemed very modernized and just very like, very you. It was
Thank you.
one of the best with your voice and the music along with it, and the harmonies, in the production. It like really is one of like my favorite albums right now.
Oh, thank
So
you.
it's a pleasure to have you, man.
Be here.
Yeah. So how's it going? You just played some shows out here in Austin, and
Yeah, just here. I got in yesterday and played at Texas Keeper, which is great. Just cidery. They make their cider out there.
south end of Austin.
Yeah, down. It's I think Manchac kind of Buda area. But I played out there yesterday afternoon. It's a little chilly, but we survived. And then I'm playing tonight at the Saxon Pub for it's a BMI showcase down there, so that should be fun.
Nice. It's funny when I saw you make a post saying you're performing at Manchac, and I live right there, and I love that place. It's a cidery, and it's very intimate and beautiful, and that's why I had my first peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich. It's something they serve there.
Oh, I haven't tried
And
that.
my
Sounds
baby
good.
mama, she was there with me, and she's like, "You never heard of this? I forgot what it's called, but it's good. Marshmallow and peanut butter.
I bet it is.
Yeah, it's pretty good." I don't normally do this. I'm gonna bring out my phone because I thought this was something that, as a musician and a songwriter myself, I think when I read this, I thought it was beautifully stated, and it's something that all musicians would have an interest in hearing. This is from your Spotify.
Okay.
It says, "I've spent the last 30 plus years writing songs and playing in bands," Mueller reflects. "I don't have any big hits from a commercial standpoint, not much money or fame to speak of. Willie hasn't recorded any of my songs yet, but I've had some bona fide adventure and I've forged some incredible friendships through music. It's the closest thing I've found to real magic." So, my friend, man, that's what it's all about, right? I mean, when it comes down to, that's like why we all do music, and that was just like, I thought, beautifully stated, inspired me. It's just one of those moments where you're inspired by somebody, and I think you have an immense talent.
Thank you.
I think you're very incredible. I can listen to you all day long, and I can't wait to share your music today with people who have never experienced the Hudson experience. So, but that statement I thought was just hit it right on the mark. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, there's this sense that with music in general, I think there's this sense that either like you do it professionally, and you make a lot of money at it, and you're quote unquote successful, whatever that means, or you shouldn't play music ever or sing ever or do anything with it. So I like to kind of open the tent up and say, like, no, everybody should play music because it's the closest thing we have to real magic. It's a way to connect with other people. I feel like for a lot of human history, like it was this just like primitive force that connected us.
It's the one universal thing, right? We're all vibrations. And
Sure.
It's vibrations, so it's healing.
Yeah, and it's connection, and regardless of whether you have a hit, on the radio or whatever, like you should still be able to play music. And I've been fortunate enough to get to continue to do it, as my occupation. So I really feel blessed to be doing that, and to be supported by a community, of other musicians and people that appreciate it. And it's not a community of millions of people or even thousands of people necessarily, but it's a community that lifts me up and helps me do what I do. So I appreciate that.
What first of all, I guess, when did you leave Austin, and what took you to Houston, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so I left Austin in 2009, and that I actually went to New York City. So I lived there for about 15 years.
Big change.
Yeah, that was a big one. And that was to really to kind of be part of a community up there of friends and musicians that were. I have a friend up there that had built a recording studio, which is actually where we cut the Welcome to Earth, the most recent record. Another friend is like a jazz musician, upright bass player. You know, and then once I got up there, I met other people that were, you know, some of them I knew here, some of them I met, you know, just being up there. But I just wanted to kind of participate in that scene for a minute.
Did your songwriting was it transformative moving from? So so let me go backwards. So you went from Austin, New York,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm assuming
New York to Houston.
New York to Houston.
Yeah, and that was about a year and a half.
How much has your artistry changed from going from city to city? Both very music capitalistic, not capitalist. Well, yeah,
That too. Yeah.
yeah, that for sure.
Yeah.
But Houston and Austin we consider like music capitals, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
obviously New York's a hub of the world.
Yeah.
So seems like you would get a lot of influence from that. But have you noticed the change, or have you just been?
You know, there was definitely, well, you know, I started a band up there called Gold Magnolias, and we called it Southern Soul, but it was more of like a rock and roll kind of rhythm and blues sound. We had, you know, two songwriters that we both sang. We had bass and drums and then a tenor saxophone. We would add horns, you know, to some gigs. But I felt like up there, you know, the venues we were playing, it was like we needed a little more firepower and a little more like groove-based stuff to connect to the audience. It was tougher to find like a listening room, although, you know, they do exist, but it seems like people, like the scene up there was more focused on like, can you get people moving? You know, can you make people dance? You know, that was kind of like the gigs that we were finding. So we kind of crafted our sound around that, and I had a hell of a time, you know, doing that project. And there was still times where I would do more of my songwriter stuff and the storytelling and all of that. But it just kind of, you know, based on the audience and based on kind of the venue. Like you would create music for a certain space, right, and a certain audience. So
Yeah,
that's kind of how it evolved.
I think that you bring up a good point, which I guess I mentioned earlier. Matthew Payne was just on here, and he is, you know, late 40s, 45, I think, and he's been a school teacher for 2 decades, and he's been writing music his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been like therapeutic. It's been music for him.
Yeah.
Now that he's getting out and performing, he's very conscious of, okay, like you just said, can you make people dance? You're here to entertain. Can you perform? So like the songwriting has evolved to take all those things into consideration. So
Right.
moving to a big city like New York and like those specific spaces, that's a good point that I think all musicians can appreciate. It's like, yeah, you know, I sit around home all day and I write music for myself.
Yeah.
But if you think about, okay, I'm out there at a, you know, dance hall, it suddenly changes. So that's
Right. Yeah.
that's awesome.
And it's from gig to gig too. You know, it's like from certain rooms. You know, you bring a certain energy and it's reciprocated. So
Being a new father of a 3-year-old, you're back or welcome to Earth. Welcome to Earth was very hit me very close to the heart. The whole experience of being born and all that. So your storytelling, I'm assuming it seems like it's very, you know, personal, but also as a songwriter myself, like I write songs that seem like they're very personal, and it's like, oh, I made them up. Do you go back and forth? Is it always personal? What level of that? It's just kind of like,
yeah, it's not. I mean, it's definitely not always autobiographical, but I would say it's always me. You know, because I'm the one doing the writing, and I'm really creating it initially for myself. You know, I want to make something that I like, and then hopefully that, you know, reaches beyond me to find an audience sometimes. But yeah, really, I feel like you have to make yourself happy first as an artist. If you're not happy with the creation, then it's like what are you doing?
but you are making albums. You're on the streaming platforms. I really hope people start listening to this stuff because it is great. I really like the sound that you got going for Welcome to Earth.
Thanks.
Is this typical for your music? Is it new thing for you?
That record in particular, so I was working, it was in New York, we were recording it, and I was working with a friend of mine named Mike Bloom was the producer, and he comes from like the DJ world. And
Okay,
the
it sounds like
electronic
that a little
music
bit.
world.
Mhm.
So he was very conscious of like, and he does a lot of sound design. So I think he brought some of that flavor where it's.
Were you
feels
down
a
for
little
that? I
more-
mean, obviously you
No,
made the record, but that's like
absolutely, yeah. I was kind of hoping, when we connected that he would bring kind of that fresh.
yeah. Well,
perspective,
I do
so.
think it's very fresh. Honestly, being out here in Austin, like you brought up listening rooms. That's not something. The concept I get,
Mm-hmm.
but until I moved out here, there was no listening rooms.
Yeah.
When I was aware of where I'm from, it was like you go to a club, you go to a venue, but like a place where you can actually sit down. People are like listening room.
Right.
So not just going in drinks and talking. You're there to listen to artists, right?
Yeah.
And so I know they're around here. They're obviously in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
You've found that those were in New York as well, or is it more? Is it a Texas thing?
Well, Texas has more of that culture, I think, because there's a big songwriter culture here, and storytelling. So I feel like it's kind of more embedded here. There were venues like even Rockwood Music Hall where Gold Magnolias used to play. There was stage 2, which was like let's bring the funk, and then there was like a stage 1, which sometimes if you're there early, like people were just sitting and quietly listening. And then sometimes it would get rowdy in there too. So you had to be kind of prepared for anything a little bit.
But that album's very fresh. It's I play primarily acoustic guitar, and so I'm always thinking like, how can I make this not be folk, or like how can you add the hip hop beats,
Right.
And so I'm always listening to people's album. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but listening to your album the last couple of days, I'm like, oh, this is exactly the direction I would have taken this kind of music.
Right.
So I applaud you for that. Love it. And you performed. Well, how come it was called the Hudsons?
So it was.
I like pictured it was like your brothers or cousins or something like. What's that? Who are they called?
It was more of a chosen family, but
Okay.
it was me and another. The other main writer was a guy named Brian Hudson.
Okay.
So we kind of got it started, and then we added. We had Phoebe Hunt played with us for a while, Leah Zager, Jason Vopney on upright bass. So we kind of would bring in other members, but it kind of started as me and Brian being the core of that.
What brought you to Houston?
Family was a big consideration. My family's all there, but also I felt like I had gotten to a place in New York where like I was just working all the time to try to stay afloat up there, and I wasn't really doing.
Were you doing
I'd lost
music
the
or were you
mission.
doing other stuff?
I was doing a little bit of music, and we were working on the record. That was always part of it, and I would go to the studio and I would do my music, but I just didn't really have the bandwidth to pursue it. I felt like so it was a way of opening up some space and kind of starting over a little bit.
Are you solely focused right now, or are you putting your efforts towards just music?
Pretty much, yeah. I do some teaching. I do a few other things, and I do some like AV tech stuff occasionally,
Okay.
but mainly, just digging up gigs.
Well, it's pretty cool, man. 2007 and 2009, and I know you had albums as early as 2003, right? Hudsons?
With the Hudsons, yeah. And then
How old were you back then?
that was like my early 20s. But I was even playing, like, we had a band called Shades of Blue when I was in high school. So I've always kind of just been.
Well, so now what's it like? You've had almost a decade, and it's like here you are getting a finalist award for New Folk for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty inspiring.
It did.
Did you see that coming?
Good. Well, no. I had applied the year before, and I didn't get in, and so it was cool to just be part of that group and get to go to the festival and have it experience it from that vantage point. Like I've been to Kerrville, many times over the years, and I love that place and love those people. But it was cool to kind of be part of the New Folk group this year and to meet all those other writers, and you get to camp together. And we went through it was like borderline tornado the first night we got in, it was like a hailstorm.
Yeah.
Just kind of tore up the whole campsite. Yeah, so
Can hit up.
I know. Yeah, and then they had the tragedy this summer, of course. But yeah, I felt it felt really good to just get to experience that and meet those people.
Have you done Swarfa before?
I've done Swarfa. I did it last year. Yeah.
Were you a headliner then too?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what's the difference? So how's that experience from being just spectator? I'm assuming you performed as well, but then you got the headlining gig. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I guess last year I was an official alternate. So you have like an official alternate showcase, and then they have the in the room, late night stuff. So I did some of that. But it was cool to get to be on the main stage and kind of, get to present your music to that in that way.
Are you just as comfortable doing the stage as in the little tiny rooms? Or is it different? A lot of people think that it's harder to do
the little room.
Because I was in a couple of those hotel rooms where I was the only one in there for the artist. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to leave because the artist is great, but it's like it's 1:30 and I'm really tired, and then it's like I don't want to be the creeper who just sitting there, but it's like someone's in there. And I just thought that whole thing. If you've never been to Swarfa, check it out. Individual hotel rooms. Couple stories in the hotel rented out every year. I believe it's the same hotel, right?
Usually, yeah.
And I did Natalie Price's episode here in the Anna Lamare. I'm assuming you know them.
Oh yeah,
you must know them both. They were the ones who told me about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even known it existed.
Yeah.
So I was kind of shocked by that. Also, I'm not really in the scene as much as you think I would be. It was a surprise to me that this event was going on, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go to this. I was going through some hard times and stuff too, so I wasn't feeling as social as I normally am, but oh God, man, I am so glad I went. Like, I've never experienced anything that intimate, and I strongly encourage anybody next year, Holiday Inn, check it out.
Yeah, you don't even have to register for the conference. I mean, you can.
I paid $20 to get in. I was just a spectator, and when I started doing the show, I was like having trouble finding guests.
Right.
And then after attending this festival, I mean, my year's booked.
Yeah.
I just met so many great people.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Everyone was so great, and then the talent was just immense. So, so grateful that Natalie invited me in it, and here we are. This is my second show in a row now, coming straight from that festival. So anyhow, I can't say enough about it. Love it. I always tote the Dripping Springs Songwriters Festival, which is the first thing I did out here when I moved out here, and that really solidified my love for the Austin area because I just love music. And it's like, oh man, it's just storytelling,
Yeah.
Screenwriter, I went to school for film. It's like, this is exactly where I want to be, this type of music. I know you mentioned that Willie Nelson is, a spirit animal of yours. Anybody else that, it seems like you have a lot of influences.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of different stuff, but in terms of like songwriting, John Prine, definitely just his like wit and sense of humor and turn of phrase.
You have like, a good wit.
I feel like he's one of the best. Todd Snyder, who just passed away, has always been a big influence, like his storytelling and also kind of his wit and sense of humor. But also guys like Tom Petty, and that just Nat King Cole, Ray Charles, like the kind of like soul R&B guys, like that's kind of what I grew up listening to.
And you can tell when I was listening to your music, it's just like right away I was like, yeah, dude. Seemed like you had a lot of influences, a lot of wit, intelligence, humor. Humor was a big part of it, but the sensibility, not like Will Al Yankovic, but like but I felt like you add a lot of humor and a lot of insight into your music, and I was like, yeah, man, let's get this guy on here. What do you think do you remember Food Out Here?
Food in Austin?
Yeah, is it still around? Because I know a lot of places have come and gone since the pandemic, and it's not the same. But
Yeah.
That's
I
something
actually
you wanna
I have a
shout out?
song called Austin Ain't the Same These Days, which I might play in a little bit.
All right.
It goes through like some of the, the stuff that's not here, but I went to Kirby Lane this morning. That was great.
That's right. Thank
That's
you for reminding me.
one of my favorites, Magnolia Cafe.
Took my daughter there for the
Yeah.
first time. Been meaning to go there for 5 years. Went there 2 weeks ago, and had a great time.
Yeah.
Had a great time. Very, very. Seemed like very old school Austin.
Yeah, there's still a lot of it is still there. There's just a lot built up around it. But
Yeah. How's the music scene? I always, Anna Lamare spent a lot of time in Houston. I know it's more widespread, and I know it's probably more diverse out in Houston. But because it's so wide, it's kind of like so much going on. It's probably not as close knit as Austin. But do you feel that way? Like, is there huge differences? Do you think you'll be back here, or is Houston where it's at for you?
I think, just with my family there, like I'll probably stick around.
Were they were here and then they went?
So my sister got a job out there. My parents moved, so everybody's now kind of in Houston, and I think we'll be there for a while. But yeah, I feel like the scene, it is spread out, but I still see a lot of my friends, when I go to different shows and at different venues, even though they're, kind of a little bit of a drive sometimes, like there's still a really good sense of community, at least in the kind of like the songwriting world that I'm in. And yeah, food wise, everything that it's a great city. It's hot and humid, and we got hurricanes occasionally, and but if you could get past that, it's a pretty good place to be.
Do you make it up here often to Austin to perform? Or?
I've been trying to, so about once a month I've been coming to town.
I will have all your social media, your website, everything.
Okay.
I'll have it up.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely promote that.
Yeah.
Do you? So Saxon Pub, that's a big one. Have you played there before?
I have. Yeah,
Okay.
we did. Gold Magnolias did a couple of gigs there, and I think the Hudsons. Yeah. We
Okay,
played
is this
there-
your first
played
solo?
there a few times. It's my first time. Yeah, just as Hudson Mueller.
How do you feel? I don't know how to say this or ask this the right way. I've been in a band. I'm the primary songwriter, and there's something about having it all on you and having the freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it. There's no turning back now. I mean, do you enjoy I don't want to say control, I guess freedom?
It's
Or independence, I guess is more of an independence thing.
Yeah. What they say, like with great freedom comes great responsibility. So it's also like you have to manage it, and you have to, it's kind of on you to do everything. I do miss playing with the band, and I've actually, I'm playing a full band gig in Houston on Wednesday. So I do have some guys in Houston that I've been playing with, but it's still under my name, so it's kind of my music, and they're supporting me, which it's great to have.
So the majority of the time
there.
you're doing just bouncing around with an acoustic right now?
A lot of gigs are solo, or I've been also playing. My friend Hamp Brockman came out yesterday.
Met him at the Swarf.
Yeah,
he's great, very peaceful, loving guy.
So we did a trip out to the desert together, and we've done a couple other gigs around Texas together.
Did you meet him at Swarfa, or did you know him before?
I originally met him at in Fisher, Texas, at the it was called the New Folk Old Folk Festival. It used to be called the Rice Festival, but we met out there like I guess a little over a year ago. Just playing around a campfire, and then connected at Kerrville and connected at Swarfa, and have done, just
nice. He was an audience member in these hotel rooms, and I assumed he was an artist.
Yeah.
But he was just so like passionate and like so considerate and so like complimentary of all the artists.
Yeah.
And just chilling and be like, yo, man, I love this. I'm having the best time ever. And I was like, this guy's got to be an artist. And I was so happy to see him get up from the chair he was sitting in one of the rooms I happened to be in and start playing. I was like, oh, this is great. So like,
yeah, I
was like, I knew it. I knew it was somebody. But I thought his music was great, and I thought he had a great message.
He's just
it's
a
all
good
peace
vibe.
and love,
Yeah.
peace and love.
It's a great vibe.
Is it Hamp? How do you
Hamp?
Peace to you, man. Love me and you. I know we probably talked about being on the show, so I got to get you up here. He's located where?
He goes back and forth between Austin, and then his parents are in Beeville, so he's kind of between here and there, and then points in between. But
what is on your playlist that would be surprising to anybody? Is there
that I'm listening to?
Yeah, or like, I guess we brought this up again with your influences, but it seems like you got a little hip hop in you.
I love hip hop, man. Yeah. Let's see. Kendrick, I love.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite rapper now, but like the old school hip hop, so like Warren G, and UGK, like that era. Outkast.
Yeah.
I love Outkast. But yeah, a lot of the time I listen to instrumental stuff. So there's like, I don't know if you know Adrian Linker.
Oh yeah,
big thief, but she has like some really cool instrumental stuff that I've been into, where it's like chimes and.
Do you find yourself making music to all that? 'Cause that's the thing with me with instrumentals. I love hearing lyrical music because. And not that I don't love this, but if I listen to instrumental the whole time,
it's like
I'm like singing to it, and which is also kind of the appeal to it, like making up songs with it. But it's like, I wish this was mine. Do you ever find yourself doing that, or you just listen? No, man, I listen to the music and pay attention to what the artist.
Usually that's also kind of like creating a vibe in a space. So like if I'm just relaxing or meditating or whatever it is, like that's kind of the music I turn to, or like Brian Eno, just kind of more ambient stuff. I love.
What I kind of on that note, what I've been noticing recently is I'm recently my schedule's been freed up. We talked about it a little bit, and I've been seeing a lot more music. And when I see people that really inspire me and they're kicking ass and the show's great. This might sound weird, but I don't know if you ever feel this way, but I'm like, I got to get home. I got to work on music. And I feel like the biggest compliment to give somebody, I say sometimes, like, I haven't said this to anyone's face yet, but I have lately left mid shows because I was like, yo, you're so good. And you've inspired me so much that I have to get home right now to get to work. But I don't want to say to somebody, oh, I'm leaving. But that's exactly how and maybe that's just me, but that's how I've been judging music lately. Is like, man, if you're making me stop and I need to go and work on it, then it's like that's where I'm at right now with a lot of people, especially like with you. Part of me at Swarf, I was like, and seeing everybody in that intimate environment just with the acoustic. It's like, yo, I want to get to my bedroom and pick up my guitar and start working. Yeah. So I appreciate you being here, man. I'm gonna save your voice. I know you have a big show at Paxton.
Packing them in at the
Paxton Sub, Saxon Pub. I'm gonna hopefully I can join that show. I think it'd be really great. But I appreciate you being here, man. If there's anything I haven't touched upon, like what's next for you? You just gonna marinate on this new album?
I'm still kind of promoting the new album, but kind of looking forward. I want to. I've got a single that I'm gonna put out in February.
Okay, this will be out before February.
Yeah.
You want to shout it out?
It'll be called "Nobody in This World But You," and it was a song that we recorded at the Creamery with my friend Jack Mullen producing it, and then my friend in California laid some nice slide guitar work on it, Whitney Lockhart, and so that'll be out in February, and then kind of building on that toward the new records. So.
I did forget something.
What's that? On
your latest solo record, Welcome to Earth, you had some harmonies done by, do you have a high school friend that was an American Idol finalist or American Idol contestant?
Yeah,
right.
So that was kind of a cool story. So we were, I was working with Mike, and we were, this was, we spent years making this record because it was kind of off and on, and it was during COVID, and you couldn't get everybody in the same place at the same time. So it was piece by piece, putting it together. And we're about, 2 years into making the record, and Mike's like, we're listening back to Maintain. He's like, this song, I feel like it needs like a gospel choir, man. I was just like, how are we just like trying to find like ways to not finish this record now, or what are we, how are we going to do that? But then I thought of Vincent, he's Houston based, but yeah, he was an American Idol contestant. and we went to high school together at LBJ. He was in we had a gospel choir,
Nice.
at LBJ. So I thought of him and called him up, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'll fly up. I know a bunch of singers up there. We'll get them in the studio, and we'll do it." And sure enough, a couple months later, Vincent shows up, and it was just the thing.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds awesome on the record. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of that kind of thing. I'm a huge fan of Bonavere. Bonavere, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I should know if I'm a fan of his, right? But he did a bunch. He did he double tracks his vocals so many different times.
That's it.
So I've always tried to do that as many times as I can to get that gospel effect. But you guys nailed it on the record.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on that. It sounds great. Again, welcome to Earth, Hudson Mueller. On all platforms you can stream. You can purchase it on his website. I'll have all the information here again. Let's get to work on some music, man. Can't wait to share your music with the world. Appreciate it, man. Really honored that you took the time to be here for me, and just proud to call you a friend now, dude. Thank you so much, man.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, John.
Congrats on everything, man. I believe you're gonna take it somewhere. So
thank you.
All right, cool.
All right, this one's called "Love Is Love." Love is love in a big white house, a picket fence and 2 or 3 kids. Mom and Dad love each other. Let me tell you, brother, that ain't all love is. You love your neighbor, you can love your friends. Love till you left heart rolling on the floor. Find a place where your love ends, then extend love just a little bit more. Love is love, and it don't take credit. Won't you take your love and spread it? It can't win if we don't let it. Love is love, don't you forget it. Love your country, you can raise a flag. Other places need love too. Other people may look different. They all need love, like me and you. Love is love, and it don't take credit. Won't you take your love and spread it? It can't win if we don't let it. Love is love, don't you forget it. Think about love, it's really hot. The more you give love, the more you've got. Find somebody to love you back. Keep on rolling on down the track. Love is love, and it don't take credit. Won't you take your love and spread it? Hate can't win if we don't let it. Love is love, don't you forget it. Love is love, don't you forget it. this song, interesting story. I was in the East End at my friend Sean's house. It was his birthday. There was a bunch of musicians over there, and you know, got kind of late. There may have been some drinking involved, and somebody was like, "Hey, let's go visit Lightning." Lightning Hopkins is buried in the cemetery just around the corner. So we all, you know, grabbed guitars, and one of the guys from Rockin' Robin was there, and he happened to have Lightning's old Gibson flat top. So we got to go down to Lightning's grave, and we sat out there and played some songs. We brought him a little, you know, shot of whiskey, and just got to hang out. So this was the song I played on Lightning's guitar that night.
Wow.
It's called "Nobody in This World But You." In the evening, when the day is through, I'll be waiting, honey, just for you. Oh, my darling, when you're calling my name, I'll be waiting for you just the same. 'Cause I can't and I won't let you go, baby. 'Cause I don't need nobody in this world but you. Can't nobody love me like you do. Cause I only wanna be with you. Oh, my darling, when you calling my name, I'll be waiting for you just the same. 'Cause I can't and I won't let you go, baby. 'Cause I don't need nobody in this world. I don't need nobody in this world. I don't need nobody in this world but you. All right, this song's called "Far As We Know," and if you're watching and you want to sing along at home, there's a part that goes la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da. Far as we know, far as we know, and so I'll cue y'all at the appropriate time.
This is the first song I saw you ever do.
Is it really?
Yeah, you did this at the stage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's when I was walking in.
Just
walking
on
in,
the main stage at Squarefoot. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to sing along. Far as we know, this world is all that we can see. There's a soul inside that's longing to be free. And in the grave beyond there lies a mystery. Far as we know, today is all we've really got, so short of bending time or folding it in half so we can move between the future and the past. There's just this moment now, it's running by so fast. Far as we know, far as we know, here we go. La da 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 da. Far as we know, far as we know, far as we know, this universe we're in is still expanding. There are things out there that surpass our understanding. Far as we know, we only get one chance to stick the landing. And still we go, and we go, and we go, and we go, and go, and we go, and we go, and we go until we stop. And then we drop. So please unwind your mind and let your spirit fly. Remember, life is just this time before we die. Go on and roll one up and point it at the sky. Far as we know, this ride is just one time around. So open up your heart and let somebody in. It's been way to start, but since I can't remember when, there's just this moment now, it ain't a coming back again. Far as we know, and so we'll all just sing along, all together now. La 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 Far as we know, far as we know, far as we know,
So I didn't sing with you, man. It went really. I know they're doing it out there.
Yeah. It's a love song for old Austin, and I usually dedicate it to Leslie, who I'm sure a lot of our audience will remember Leslie. So this one's for Leslie and for John Ailey and for Slim Ritchie. Who's gonna moon the duck tour now that Leslie's not around? It's just as we had feared, with all the weirdness leaving town. And when John Ailey signed off on that final show, lost a piece of Austin that will never quite regrow. And the house that I grew up in, it didn't manage to survive. There's a new house there now with a Porsche out in the drive. And I can't help but wonder, was it really for the best? When I see all these tent cities of the poor and the dispossessed. And Austin ain't the same these days. It's the place that I come from, but Austin ain't the same these days. Sure like to go back home, but Austin ain't the same these days. I guess no place really stays the same these days. I first met Clifford Antone back when I was just a kid. Cats is never closed until the day they finally did. I remember Molly Ivins walking her dog in Stacey Park, picking tunes out on the porch with my old friend Gary Clark. Well, you won't hear the Hudsons down at the Waterloo. You won't hear Slim Richie, but his mojo's shining through. There's no more Flipnotics, no more Momos or TCs. I guess every place I used to know has vanished like the breeze. And Austin ain't the same these days. It's the place that I come from, but Austin ain't the same these days. I'd sure like to go back home, but Austin ain't the same these days. I guess no place really stays the same these days. Well, I went downtown and I looked around, and there before my eyes was a statue of Willie Nelson. Well, there's a guy I recognize. And I looked up at Willie. He looked down at me. He said, Hud, you should have seen this place back in '73. Well, Austin ain't the same these days. It's the place that I come from, but Austin ain't the same these days. I'd sure like to go back home, but Austin ain't the same these days. I guess no place really stays the same these days.